In the grand theatre of life, we all encounter moments when we feel disrespected. These moments, like thorns in our soul, challenge our inner peace. Yet it is in these very moments that we can choose a path illuminated by ancient wisdom, a path that transforms disrespect into an opportunity for growth. Here, we delve into 15 life-changing Stoic lessons for handling disrespect, guided by the timeless teachings of the Stoic sages. Number 1, recognize the power of perception. One of the most powerful teachings in Stoicism is understanding how our perception shapes our experience. Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This means that our thoughts and perceptions color our entire being and experience. When someone disrespects us, it can feel hurtful and upsetting. However, Stoicism teaches that the disrespect itself is not what harms us, it's our perception of it that causes the pain. In other words, the disrespect is only as powerful as we allow it to be. Imagine someone says something rude to you. Instead of immediately feeling hurt or angry, you can choose to see their words in a different light. Perhaps they are having a bad day, or they don't understand you. By shifting your perception, you can reduce the emotional impact of their words. This doesn't mean you ignore disrespect, but rather you control how it affects your inner peace. Stoicism encourages us to take control of our reactions by changing our perceptions. When we feel disrespected, we can pause and remind ourselves that we have the power to interpret the situation differently. This helps us maintain our tranquility and prevents us from being swept away by negative emotions. By recognizing the power of perception, we gain a valuable tool for handling disrespect. We learn that we don't have to be victims of others' words or actions. Instead, we can choose how we respond, and in doing so, we protect our peace of mind. This approach not only helps us in moments of disrespect, but also strengthens our overall resilience and emotional well-being. Number 2, embrace the dichotomy of control. One of the central teachings of Stoicism is the concept of control, as explained by Epictetus, a former slave who became a renowned philosopher. He taught that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can control how we respond to those events. This idea is known as the dichotomy of control. In life, many things are beyond our control. We cannot control other people's actions, words, or opinions. We cannot control the weather, the economy, or many other external factors. However, we can control our thoughts, attitudes, and reactions. This distinction between what we can and cannot control is crucial for maintaining inner peace. Imagine someone insults you. You cannot stop them from saying hurtful words, but you can choose how to respond. Instead of reacting with anger or sadness, you can remain calm and composed. You can decide not to let their words affect your mood or self-esteem. By focusing on what you can control your own response, you protect your peace of mind. Understanding this dichotomy is liberating. It frees us from the frustration of trying to control the uncontrollable. When we stop worrying about things beyond our control, we can concentrate on improving ourselves and our responses. This empowers us to act with wisdom and restraint, making better choices in difficult situations. By embracing the dichotomy of control, we become more resilient. We learn to accept what we cannot change and focus our energy on what we can. This Stoic practice helps us navigate life's challenges with grace and composure, leading to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Number 3, practice indifference to external events. The Stoics teach the importance of remaining undisturbed by external events, a concept known as apatheia. This state of mind helps us maintain inner peace, regardless of what happens around us. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, wisely noted, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This means that much of our distress comes from how we think about events rather than the events themselves. When we face disrespect or any negative situation, our natural reaction might be to feel hurt, angry, or upset. However, Stoicism encourages us to practice indifference to such external events. By doing so, we protect our inner calm and avoid unnecessary emotional turmoil. Imagine someone criticizes you harshly. Instead of letting their words disturb your peace, you can choose to view the criticism with indifference. Recognize that their opinion is just an external event, something beyond your control, and it does not have to affect your inner state. By cultivating this attitude, you build a strong inner fortress that remains unshaken by external disturbances. This practice of indifference is not about ignoring or suppressing emotions, but rather about developing a balanced perspective. It means understanding that external events, like disrespect, are fleeting and often insignificant in the grand scheme of life. By focusing on what truly matters, our inner virtues and responses, we become less vulnerable to the ups and downs of daily life. Cultivating indifference to external events requires mindful practice. Whenever you feel disturbed by something outside of your control, pause and remind yourself of the Stoic principle of apatheia. Reflect on the temporary nature of external events and the power you have over your own reactions. Number 4, focus on your virtue. In Stoicism, virtue is the highest good and the true measure of a good life. When we encounter disrespect, the Stoics advise us to turn our attention inward and reflect on our own character and actions. This focus on virtue helps us maintain our integrity and rise above the negativity of others. Virtue in Stoicism encompasses wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These qualities define our character and guide our actions. When someone disrespects us, instead of reacting with anger or resentment, we should ask ourselves, are we living according to our virtues? Are our actions aligned with our moral principles? Imagine someone insults you. Rather than letting their words provoke you, consider how a virtuous person would respond. Would they lash out, or would they remain calm and composed? By focusing on our own virtue, we choose to act with wisdom and restraint, demonstrating the strength of our character. This inward focus on virtue empowers us to rise above the pettiness of others. When we are anchored in our moral excellence, the actions and opinions of others lose their power over us. We no longer seek validation or approval from external sources, but find contentment in living a virtuous life. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, reminds us that true happiness comes from within, from our own virtuous conduct. He advises that we should not let external events, like disrespect, disturb our inner peace. By staying true to our virtues, we protect our tranquility and maintain our dignity. Focusing on virtue also means continuous self-improvement. When faced with disrespect, let it be a prompt to examine ourselves honestly. Are there areas where we can grow and become better? This reflective practice strengthens our character and ensures that we remain steadfast in our pursuit of moral excellence. Number 5, cultivate patience and tolerance. Musonius Rufus, a well-known Stoic teacher, believed that patience and tolerance are crucial virtues for a good life. These qualities help us handle disrespect and challenging situations with grace and strength. By practicing patience and tolerance, we show understanding and wisdom, recognizing that everyone has their own struggles. Patience means staying calm and not getting upset when things are difficult or delayed. It allows us to endure hardships without losing our temper. Tolerance means accepting and understanding differences, even when they are difficult to deal with. Together, these virtues help us respond to disrespect in a thoughtful and composed manner. Imagine someone speaks rudely to you. Your first reaction might be to feel hurt or angry. However, if you practice patience, you can take a moment to breathe and calm down. Remind yourself that the other person might be having a bad day or dealing with their own problems. This understanding can help you stay calm and respond more kindly. Musonius Rufus taught that patience and tolerance are signs of true strength and wisdom, not weakness. By practicing these virtues, we show that we understand human nature and are committed to maintaining our inner peace. Patience gives us the ability to endure without getting angry, while tolerance allows us to accept others, even when they act disrespectfully. Tolerance also involves empathy, which means trying to understand what others are going through. When someone is disrespectful, consider that they might be acting out of their own pain or confusion. By not taking their behavior personally, you can remain calm and avoid unnecessary conflict. Developing patience and tolerance takes practice. Each time you face disrespect, use it as an opportunity to strengthen these virtues. Over time, you'll find it easier to stay calm and understanding in difficult situations. For example, if a coworker is short-tempered with you, instead of reacting negatively, you can choose to be patient and offer a kind response, knowing they might be stressed or overwhelmed. Number 6. Use disrespect as a mirror. Disrespect can often feel like a personal attack, but it can also serve as a mirror reflecting our own insecurities and weaknesses. Instead of merely reacting to disrespect, we can use it as an opportunity for introspection and growth. When someone disrespects us, it can trigger strong emotional reactions. These reactions are valuable clues about our inner selves. By examining why certain words or actions affect us deeply, we can uncover our hidden vulnerabilities. This process requires honesty and a willingness to look inward. Imagine someone criticizes your work harshly. Your immediate response might be anger or hurt. Instead of reacting impulsively, take a moment to reflect on why the criticism bothers you. Is it because you fear failure? Do you doubt your abilities? Understanding the root of your reaction can help you address underlying insecurities. This kind of introspection is a powerful tool for personal growth. When we identify our weaknesses, we can work on strengthening them. For example, if disrespectful comments make you feel inadequate, you can focus on building your self-confidence and self-worth. Over time, as you grow stronger internally, the impact of disrespect will lessen. Using disrespect as a mirror also helps us develop emotional resilience. By regularly reflecting on our reactions, we become more aware of our emotional triggers and learn how to manage them better. This self-awareness allows us to respond to disrespect with greater calm and composure rather than being controlled by our initial emotions. Number 7. Respond with kindness. Seneca, a revered Stoic philosopher, teaches us a profound lesson in responding to rudeness with kindness. He wisely said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for a kindness." This philosophy encourages us to break the cycle of negativity and showcase the strength of virtue through our actions. When confronted with rudeness or disrespect, our initial reaction might be to retaliate or withdraw. However, Seneca urges us to choose a different path, one of kindness and compassion. Responding with kindness does not mean accepting disrespectful behavior, but rather choosing a dignified and empathetic response. Imagine someone speaks harshly to you. Instead of responding with anger or defensiveness, you can choose to remain calm and extend kindness. Perhaps the person is going through a difficult time or is struggling with their own challenges. Your compassionate response can diffuse tension and foster understanding. Seneca believed that practicing kindness is a mark of true strength and moral integrity. It demonstrates our ability to rise above negativity and maintain our inner peace. By responding with kindness, we not only influence the immediate situation positively, but also inspire others to choose kindness in their interactions. Number 8. Understand the impermanence of all things. Heraclitus, a philosopher whose ideas influenced Stoic thought, taught the concept of impermanence, the idea that everything in life is constantly changing. This includes not only the good things but also challenges like disrespect. By embracing this philosophy, we can find stability and strength even in difficult times. When faced with disrespect or adversity, it's natural to feel upset or discouraged. However, Heraclitus reminds us that nothing lasts forever. Just as good times pass, so too do moments of disrespect or hardship. This understanding can help us maintain perspective and remain resilient. Imagine someone treats you disrespectfully. Instead of letting their behavior deeply affect you, remind yourself of the impermanent nature of their actions. Their disrespect, like all things, will eventually pass. This realization allows you to respond calmly and with patience, knowing that this moment is temporary. Stoic philosophers, influenced by Heraclitus, adopted this belief in impermanence as a way to cultivate inner peace and strength. They understood that by accepting the transient nature of life, we can avoid becoming overly attached to fleeting emotions or situations. This mindset frees us from unnecessary suffering and helps us focus on what truly matters. By recognizing impermanence, we also gain a sense of perspective. Challenges and disrespect may seem overwhelming in the moment, but they are just part of life's ebb and flow. This perspective empowers us to endure difficulties with grace and equanimity, knowing that they too shall pass. Number 9. Practice negative visualization. Stoic philosophy encourages a practice known as negative visualization or premeditatio malorum to prepare ourselves mentally for life's challenges, including potential disrespect. This exercise helps strengthen our resilience and allows us to handle difficult situations with grace and composure. The negative visualization involves imagining the worst-case scenarios that could happen in our lives. This includes situations where we might face disrespect or adversity. By mentally rehearsing these scenarios, we prepare ourselves emotionally and psychologically for how we might respond. Imagine anticipating a situation where someone might speak disrespectfully to you. Instead of avoiding or fearing it, practice negative visualization. Visualize yourself remaining calm and composed in the face of disrespect. Consider how you would maintain your dignity and respond with kindness and understanding. This exercise is not about dwelling on negativity or expecting the worst. Instead, it's a practical tool for mental preparation. By envisioning potential challenges, we reduce their power to surprise or overwhelm us. This proactive approach helps us develop a mindset of resilience and fortitude. Stoic philosophers believed that by confronting our fears and anxieties through negative visualization, we cultivate inner strength and stability. It teaches us to accept the uncertainties of life and prepare ourselves for any outcome, whether positive or challenging. Number 10. Seek wisdom in adversity. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, believed that adversity serves as a valuable teacher in life. He taught that every instance of disrespect presents an opportunity for us to practice wisdom, patience, and courage. By embracing these challenges, we can grow stronger and wiser on our philosophical journey. When faced with disrespect, our initial reaction might be to feel hurt or angry. However, Epictetus encourages us to approach these situations differently. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can pause and reflect on how we can respond with wisdom and integrity. Imagine someone behaves disrespectfully towards you. Rather than taking it personally or seeking revenge, consider how you can learn from this experience. Ask yourself, what can I learn about myself and others from this situation? How can I respond with patience and understanding? Epictetus believed that adversity tests our character and provides opportunities for moral growth. Each challenge, including disrespect, offers us a chance to strengthen our virtues and practice Stoic principles in real-life situations. For example, when someone criticizes you unfairly, you can choose to respond calmly and rationally. By maintaining your composure and addressing the situation with dignity, you demonstrate courage and self-control. Seeking wisdom in adversity also means cultivating resilience. Stoic philosophy teaches us to accept what we cannot change and focus on how we can grow stronger through challenges. This mindset empowers us to face adversity with grace and optimism, knowing that every experience, positive or negative, contributes to our personal development. Number 11. Reflect on the unity of mankind. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, wrote, "We are made for cooperation, like feet, like hands, like eyelids." This profound statement reminds us of our inherent interconnectedness as human beings. This disrespect often arises from misunderstandings or ignorance. By acknowledging our shared humanity, we can respond to disrespect with empathy and compassion. When someone treats us disrespectfully, it's easy to react defensively or with anger. However, Marcus Aurelius's words encourage us to pause and consider the bigger picture. We all share the same fundamental needs and aspirations to be understood, respected, and valued. By recognizing this commonality, we can respond to disrespect with kindness and understanding. For instance, instead of retaliating against someone's rude behavior, we can choose to engage in dialogue and seek to understand their perspective. This approach fosters mutual respect and promotes harmony, even in challenging situations. Number 12, maintain inner serenity. Inner peace is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. By nurturing serenity through practices like meditation and reflection, we can cultivate a calm demeanor even in the face of disrespect. Seneca wisely advised, "If you want to be happy, do not add to the troubles of life by recalling past sufferings." In moments of disrespect, our natural response may be to feel hurt or offended. However, Stoicism teaches us to approach such situations with a tranquil mind. Meditation allows us to center ourselves and regain perspective, helping us respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. For example, when someone behaves disrespectfully towards us, instead of letting it disturb our peace, we can take a moment to breathe deeply and reflect on Seneca's wisdom. By focusing on the present moment and not dwelling on past grievances, we maintain our inner serenity. Cultivating inner peace also involves self-reflection. Stoic practices encourage us to examine our own reactions and attitudes. By understanding our triggers and striving for emotional balance, we develop resilience and strength in handling life's challenges. Ultimately, maintaining inner serenity is a conscious choice. It requires mindfulness and a commitment to practicing Stoic principles in daily life. By prioritizing tranquility and minimizing unnecessary turmoil, we enhance our overall well-being and foster a peaceful existence. Number 13, practice voluntary discomfort. Stoic philosophy advocates for the practice of voluntary discomfort as a means to strengthen our resilience and mental fortitude, particularly in the face of disrespect. By willingly embracing discomfort, we toughen our spirits and prepare ourselves for life's challenges. Voluntary discomfort involves intentionally putting ourselves in situations that are physically or mentally challenging. This could range from fasting or cold exposure to engaging in difficult conversations or facing criticism. The goal is not to seek suffering, but to build resilience through disciplined practice. For example, by occasionally fasting, we learn to manage hunger and discomfort, which can translate to better emotional control in stressful situations like facing disrespect. Similarly, engaging in challenging conversations or activities helps us develop patience and endurance. The Stoics believe that by voluntarily facing discomfort, we cultivate inner strength and resilience. This practice prepares us to handle adversity with calmness and clarity, rather than being overwhelmed by it. It teaches us to embrace discomfort as a pathway to personal growth and self-mastery. Moreover, practicing voluntary discomfort fosters a sense of control over our reactions and emotions. Instead of being reactive to external events like disrespect, we learn to respond thoughtfully and with inner strength. Number 14. Detach from the ego. Disrespect can be deeply hurtful because it often feels like a personal attack on our worth or character. However, Stoic philosophy encourages us to detach from our ego, to understand that disrespect says more about the other person's state of mind than it does about our own worth. When someone treats us disrespectfully, our first reaction might be to feel hurt or defensive. But by stepping back and considering the situation calmly, we can see that the other person's behavior is often a reflection of their own struggles, insecurities, or frustrations. This detachment from the ego is liberating. It allows us to respond to disrespect with greater understanding and compassion, rather than reacting impulsively out of wounded pride. Instead of letting disrespect define our self-worth, we focus on maintaining our inner peace and integrity. Stoic teachings emphasize the importance of self-awareness and emotional resilience. By detaching from our ego, we cultivate a mindset that values wisdom and virtue over fleeting emotions. This shift in perspective helps us navigate challenging interactions with grace and humility, promoting harmony and mutual respect. Number 15. Live according to nature. The Stoic principle of living in harmony with nature teaches us to accept the world as it is, including the presence of disrespect. By embracing this principle with equanimity, we align ourselves with the natural order of things. Disrespect, like other challenges in life, is a reality that we encounter. Stoicism encourages us to approach these situations with acceptance and inner peace. Instead of resisting or resenting disrespect, we acknowledge it as a part of human interactions and the broader scheme of life. Living according to nature also means understanding our place in the world and recognizing that external events such as disrespect are beyond our control. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control: our thoughts, actions, and responses. By accepting disrespect with equanimity, we cultivate resilience and emotional strength. For example, when faced with disrespect, rather than letting it disturb our peace, we can choose to respond calmly and thoughtfully. This approach reflects Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, and self-discipline. Conclusion. The journey of handling disrespect through the lens of Stoicism is a profound one. It is a path that requires us to look inward, to fortify our minds, and to cultivate virtues that transcend the pettiness of others. By embracing the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, and other Stoic sages, we transform challenges into opportunities for growth. Disrespect, once a source of pain and frustration, becomes a catalyst for developing resilience, patience, and inner peace. We learn to control our perceptions, respond with kindness, and maintain our serenity amidst turmoil. We understand that our true power lies in our response and in the virtues we uphold. As we embark on this path together, let us remember that the Stoic way is not just a philosophy but a way of life. It is a commitment to living with integrity, wisdom, and compassion. By internalizing these lessons, we become not only stronger individuals but also beacons of light in a world that often lacks it. Let us strive to embody these Stoic principles, to rise above the noise of disrespect, and to walk with dignity and grace. In doing so, we not only transform our own lives, but also inspire others to follow the noble path of Stoic virtue. Together, we can create a world where respect, understanding, and inner strength prevail.